Well, it looks like we get to get back at this. Let's see if we can get back over to analysts. There we go. So, looks like a tornado warning is now in effect for us here in southeastern Washington County. This is around Brentwood and Winslow. This was that cell that we were watching earlier, and it ramped up as it moved towards Highway I-49 and 71. Here's another look at it here as it crossed over. The Weather Service has got a warning on this. I'm seeing the rotation right around Brentwood now, tracking towards the northeast. Time now 1:36 in the morning. These nighttime tornadoes are tough to see. You can see the extended this warning way out there because it's moving so fast. Let me see if I can get an update on this from the Weather Service. They've got it moving east at 50 miles per hour. Also saying that, let's see here, quarter size hail with it. It's radar indicated, so it's not on the ground per se right now. But you can see that spinning in the storm right there. It actually has better radar presentation than it does on velocity. So that's the storm tracking towards the east. Here's another look at it here. It's the same cell that was in Sequoia County earlier. I bet we get wind damage out of this at a minimum around Brentwood. Very strong winds here, probably. Man, these things are really going, guys. These are probably close to 60 or 70 miles an hour here on the east side of Brentwood, right along 71, just to the north of Winslow. I don't see the couplet very much, but I definitely see um, definitely seeing the rotation on that thing just east of Brentwood. It's just not as wrapped up as some of the other ones were. Let's go back over here. So this is the cell that's tornado warned now. You have the heavy thunderstorms that are around Arnett, Wyola, Hazel Valley, Brentwood. The rotation's right around sunset. Let's see if we can find it on this one a little bit easier here. And then we'll isolate it with rotation tracker. So we'll go over to velocity here. You've got it around Wyola, south of Arnett. That's west of Brown Mountain, north of Weedy Rough Mountain, and southwest of Hobbs Mountain. And then that's going to be, looks like it gets out of Washington County fairly quick. These things are just flying tonight. I mean, these are like 50-mile-an-hour storms. Just booking it. The storms back to the west right now are not doing anything, thank goodness. And Fort Smith and even down to the south, they look a lot weaker. I think this atmosphere may be just a little bit worked over. This one really hasn't seen any storms today, so it may have a little bit more oomph to it, I think. Let's see. Let me put this in motion and loop it for you here. So these are 7 frames worth of data. You can see it tracking towards the east. Still has that little notch at the bottom, doesn't it? Let's see here. Curious what it looks like if we just isolate the rotation. Let's do that real quick. Oh yeah, right there over Brentwood. Yeah, it's kind of what we were saying just a second ago. Um, this thing's really ramped up from Winslow to Brentwood. Animate this and show you guys. It's been kind of, that mezzo's been there though. It's been there since it formed around Gore in Sequoia County about 2 hours ago. But there's the rotation, so it's essentially over Brentwood, moving northeast out towards north of St. Paul, Japton, Witter. Gonna have to keep an eye on that one as it moves on through. Let me take you back over here. There's another look at it. The radar presentation looks a little better, doesn't it? Or a little worse, depending on how you look at it. Let's see here, right in there. Let's go back to analyst. Yeah. Oh no. You see the wind damage risk big time. The tornado threads, I think, is there. It's just, is it better aloft? Let's look upstairs. It's okay. But it's going to be tracking towards the north, northeast, and eventually moving into central parts of Madison County. Let's see here. Hail size on this is about quarter. Excuse me. This is the only game in town right now, though, guys. This is it. So you've got these showers and storms that are moving through. It's over with in Northwest Arkansas. It's dang near over with in Fort Smith too, even though it never really even started. Just because once we get the front through, we're not going to get anything else behind it. And the front is look over my shoulder here. Well, the front's moving through Tahlequah now. Temperature's down to 61. It's 73 in Poto still, so we still have some instability back down to the south. And looks like Okmulgee towards Tulsa, temperatures are starting to fall. So once the front comes through, it all falls down really quick. So it's going to be a quick one as it moves through. This thing doesn't look as impressive as I thought it would look. I think that wind damage risk, you're probably going to have a line of wind damage that starts somewhere around 49 near the Winslow exit. By the way, Winslow is the highest point on I-49 too. And then if we go through to the east over Brentwood, through 71 where that old rest stop used to be, and then keep going east, you can still see the wind damage risk just coming right down the middle here. I mean, right down the middle. So that's going to keep on keeping on here for central Madison County out towards Witter and St. Paul with this storm. And that's really it. That's all it's out there. The other storm that was in fell apart that was moved across Bentonville and Rogers earlier, and then you have some other storms that are out there just to the west of Fort Smith. Let's look at these. Doesn't look like they're intensifying all that much. Let's just look at wind speeds in these things real quick. No, thank goodness. Nothing spinning there. The only one that we've got spinning is this one. And that's right here east of Brentwood. I'm really getting into the Ozarks National Forest at the moment. There's not a let's see, I'm trying to look see if I find any. There's a couple of homes here. You guys are under this. That's east of Brentwood by about 6 miles. 6 miles east. It's essentially right on the Madison and Washington County line, southwest Madison County. And again, that's going to be tracking east out towards Witters and Weathers, and then eventually Ponca. Moving east at 50 miles an hour, this thing is just flying. I mean, it's going to be in here and out of here before you know it. Most of these storms are going to be doing that this evening. In fact, they're already over with in Bentonville and in Springdale and Fayetteville. So as we move back down to the south, you've got this one here, and then in the Fort Smith area, you don't have anything going on. You may still get a few showers and thunderstorms here and there, but for the most part, it's just mostly trended towards the north. These storms are going to go over the same location that was hit, so I don't think these are going to do anything because the atmosphere's so worked over. Just like this stuff that's out here behind it. Watch it right here. Eh, it's the atmosphere's just turned over here. This one's not though. I mean, it's still got access to some southerly winds ahead of the boundary. Wonder if we can see if this is on the ground or not. Nope. Strong winds though, man. These winds are really going out of this thing. That's just to the north of St. Paul. In fact, I think it looks like it's the tornado threat looks like it's out of Washington County now and is now in Madison County. So this is going to keep tracking towards the east, and we'll track towards the central part of Madison County here for the next. Oh, how long does this warning go? I think they've got the warning going until 2:30 or so. So about another 45 minutes, they have it on this. I think the wind damage threat is going to be higher than the tornado threat, at least at the moment. There's going to be a big swath of damaging wind here. I feel like it's going to start around Winslow and then just keep rolling across the county here. You have that TVS on there showing the mesocyclone right there. It's northwest of St. Paul, tracking towards Witter and Japton. Another look at it. Different radar source here. I'm going to hit play. That one eventually gets in there towards Ponca. So it's on 2316, kind of in that area. Let's look at the velocity on this. Got it right there. Near Crosses, just south of Cannon Creek, near Stacy Mountain. And then this really gets into the rural part of the Ozarks coming up. So if you live out there around 23, be careful. You're not going to be able to see this thing at all. but it is moving fast. In about 45 minutes time, it's going to be well out of the area. Just wanted to jump on again and do a quick update for our friends that are watching. Some storms around Sallisaw, not a big deal. These are all moving to the northeast, and I think once this cell gets out of here, I think it's going to be tough for anything else really to start forming. So that's what I was looking at, but I saw that, and I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on. So tornado warning here for central Madison County. That storm tracking towards the east along 16 and 23. Cannon Creek crosses Patrick. If you're in this area, be aware you may have some damaging winds that are going on. I think that the damaging wind risk is going to be pretty high on this stuff. Um, Back over to the radar here. You still got it. Let's see. Yeah, still got some rotation here, enough for either a brief tornado or damaging winds here to the north of St. Paul, coming towards Witter. Let's see. It's like a bowling ball. I think it's falling. It'll be out of here in about the next probably 30 minutes, probably only be 45 minutes. It's moving really quick. So some wind damage potential here up towards Witter, and then again Weathers, and then moving out towards Ponca, but getting into a very rural area here in central Madison County. It should cross over 23 here in about the next 15 minutes or so. Keep an eye on it. If I see anything else pop up, I'll jump back on here and let you guys.